Welcome back, everybody. So, I figured I'd do another camp find, and we're just gonna roam around and see what we find today. I found this little camp just down the road from Wayward. Now, I know it's not much, there's no decor, no wallpapers, no furniture, nothing, but the layout is so clean, and I like the way it looks. I really, really do. I love this build kit. I've always loved this build kit. It's clean, it's nice. Granted, you can't put wallpapers on them, but you could always double up your walls on a smaller build because it takes up so much budget. Upon walking in, I think there's a little hallway, room to the left there. This loops back around to the back of the house here, where they have a deck, it looks like. A pretty good sized one. Coming back in, there's an upstairs. Another big room here that could be your living room, dining room area. It's all connected, which I like. You could run around it in circles. Going up the stairs, very nicely done. Finished them off nice. You don't get stuck on either side. Room 2 is up here on the left. It looks like they have their own private porch that wraps around. I believe it brings you back to the top of the stairs. It does. Again, nice flow. Room 3 is up here, which I'm guessing is the master. Nice high vaulted ceilings throughout the entire camp, which I love. It does, again, eat at budget, but it's worth it. And they finished off with the half walls and the corner walls. There's no gaps or anything. And I'm guessing during the day, because there's a lot of windows, there's a bunch of good light. Back down to the first floor. And then let's take a look how big this deck actually is. So it looks like it loops around to the left here. Nice little sitting area potentially. And I like how it comes off into the ground. Levels out. Loops all the way around. Now you could put the beams in here and do a roof on top to have an enclosed, like, Four Seasons porch look. That would look good too, I think. But I really do like how clean, symmetrical, everything. This camp is a very simple, good, easy build for someone. I'm excited to see in the future, if I come across them again, what they've done with it since this. I would love to see how they filled it up, how they decorated it, what the layout really is. But overall, I really liked the spot, location-wise, and the layout. It was a very clean build. Now this one, again, not very much to it. However, I like this position up here. The difficulty in when building over here is you're on this mountain, right? But the views are worth it. It's absolutely beautiful. No matter if it's raining, dark, cloudy, rad storm, it's a beautiful little layout here. Now, it's not a very big camp, but again, it's a simple build, it's clean, and there's still a lot more he could do with this, he or she could do with this. I like how the entryway is tucked underneath the deck, though. I kind of like that. You could make a beautiful entryway with that design alone. Big open space for a workshop or a hangout lounge area. I do like that a lot. And again, you can add a lot more detail to this camp just by changing the walls out and putting some wallpaper. The only thing I had was I don't know what's up with this fridge. But look at this deck. It's beautiful. Even with the tree coming into it, it's pretty. You could put some lights in the tree. Maybe some teddy bears and stuff like that as a joke. But I do like the glass walls on either side for a lot of lighting, so you don't have to worry about putting too much lights in. Maybe a lamp here or there for nighttime. But overall, this was a good, easy camp with a lot of potential, just like the last one. And the views here are absolutely beautiful. Again, the landscape in the forest region is my favorite. It really is. The lighting, the plants, not so many enemies depending on where you are really, but I think this next one is right down the hill here. Yeah, it's just stunning over here. I love the forest region. Now again, this one, beautiful scenery. Look at that. All the mountains in the background. I absolutely love it. Now I know it's not like a camp build, it's a prefab, but this is one of my favorite prefabs. There's so much you could do with it. Again, the location, beautiful location. Anywhere on this ridge is really beautiful. But it's all about how you place your foundations. Now they could probably put 2 or 3 more right here to fill in that little gap, but overall it's not bad. Outdoor workspace. Now you could sneak all the workbenches up and top underneath, but I do like the idea and where they're going with this. Now, this prefab, the reason why it's my favorite is a few different little reasons, but I love how clean and open and how beautiful these windows are when you look out them. Usually most windows are all blurry and mirror-esque like. So when you walk into this prefab, I usually like to put the kitchenette right here tucked in this right corner, and then putting a little campfire merged into the fireplace always looks good. If you have the checkerboard displays, you could do even more little intricate details. And then going upstairs, I usually don't put a bedroom here, but you can. You can also put roof pieces going across on the left-hand side of the steps to get more space. It looks like this spot here they built in too has the settlers that are roaming around and living here, so you can have multiple people in your camp if you can find their spawn spots. There's also a cubby up there you can build up to, so you can really make that a 3-floor cabin. And then out here they could put their workbenches all underneath the steps here and merge in some stash boxes, those clean metal ones. That would look very good too. I mean, look at the views here. It's just a great spot. A lot of potential here. I hope to see them too in the future, see what they've done with it. It's a really beautiful spot. Alright, let's have a look here. I'm just going to run down the mountain and just look at all of these ones here clustered up. I'm not too sure what they're all going to look like, but we'll see when we get there. Another good spot here, some ore. Anywhere on this cliff edge I think is a good spot, in my opinion. Alrighty, so not much for a camp here, but again, location, location, location. This location is beautiful. If you could build down with the terrain and having the waterfall and the stream go underneath your camp, maybe with some glass roof pieces, that would look stunning. I did one a long time ago, I believe in the Mire. Honestly can't remember, it's been so long. Maybe Cranberry Bog area, but I did one similar to that. It came out really good. But you never know, these smaller camps that are just, I call them transportation camps, sometimes they have good stuff in their vendors. They're just moving along for resources. But that's a good spot for a camp for sure. I'm coming over here. I think I got excited thinking that they built up inside of the power line, which I love seeing when people do that. Again, this looks like a traveling camp, which is perfectly fine. However, I will point out that this spot is also a very good spot if you're looking to build in a power line up off the ground, because most people who build in the power lines are going to be over by the White Springs area, and that's an overcrowded area. You'll never be able to put your camp down. But if you build at this location here, most likely you'll be able to put your camp here every time. Again, not much, simple, straight to the point. I am grateful that these last two, because a lot of these traveling camps that I go to are so overcrowded with stuff, it gives me anxiety. But not a bad spot, very good spot. Let's see. There's another little one down the way here. We've been that one. Let's go check this one out. Alright, so again, Not the greatest build, but I like where they're going. This spot is a tricky spot to build in anywhere in this little valley over here. It's good if you're gathering a lot of wood. If you like to gather a lot of wood, all up and down this ravine here onto the big bridge, there's so much material you can get. Now, I got a team invite from this person. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. But, they want me to take a look at their camp and see what we can do here. So let's go over and see if we can help them out a little bit. Alright, so I don't know if they have a weather station down or what, or if it's just dark over here naturally. But this is a tricky spot for many reasons. One, there's a lot of trees, which sometimes you can get to stay permanent glitched out from your buildings, but often they just come right through the floor and it messes everything up. And it's not just a gradual slope like a regular mountainside or a cliff edge. It's very wavy, so no matter how you try to build here, it's going to be a little tricky, especially with the rocks and everything. And he has a billion lights down, but we'll see what we can do here. I'm going to fast forward and save you guys the pain. When you're building for another player, obviously they're low level, so they're not really aware of the glitching aspect, but because they're not at their camp, we're constantly being kicked out of build mode. So that's why I'm fast forwarding for you guys, because it's a painstaking build here. But we're going to crack through it on anyways. So I want to build him not just a plain simple build, but something that's a medium size, gives them plenty of space to keep adding things over time. And something that looks different. I want it to have a lot of character inside and outside, and I want it to be able to have two-story, so you can have the bedroom and everything upstairs, and have everything he needs downstairs. It looks like he has the gardening dome outside already, so he may put all of his stuff in there for workbench-wise. But I'm trying to get him to come back, because the glitching is just so bad. But we got a front porch, we have some space going. I'm trying to use a lot of the angle pieces, and that's a little tedious where it's an unlevel area, and I'm working with a little bit of space here that I found. Just trying to get it all to merge in nicely and be level. You can see we get good shape going. It's going good. Just trying to get it all to be level, flush, even. And a little gap in the wall here from the tree root or the rock that's over there. I love helping people, but the worst thing is when you're constantly getting kicked out of build menu and they eventually leave. They left us in the server. We didn't even get to finish the build. That is the worst thing ever. But I'll catch y'all later, and if you have any finds, just let me know.